Would you look at the size of this thing?
Hello my friends and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris. I'm the Batman statue collector right here on YouTube, and if it's your first time viewing, please hit that red subscribe button. I really think you're going to enjoy the content here. Now look at what I have here today. I have another amazing prototype from our friends over at XM Studios. This is the 1/4 scale King Batman Who Laughs from Dark Knight's Metal. This is absolutely insane. It is a terrifying piece, guys. The base on this, I'm here to tell you, is horrific. It is terrifying. It is mangled. It is gnarly. And that's exactly what you want from this character, which is very, very cool. And I want to thank everybody that joined us for the live unboxing. That was so much fun. But now we're going to look at this in even better detail. We're going to comb through it. We're going to talk about everything on this piece. Now, again, I do have to say that this is a prototype. There were a few nicks on this piece, so we have to take that with a grain of salt. Of course, what you're going to get is going to be even better. But I want to offer my thoughts and opinions. I want to say, is this one worthy of your purchase? Is it worthy to add to your collection? Because again, some of you are going to want this, but some of you are going to pass easily because you don't relate to this character. I get that. I think XM Studios gets that as well. But I want to share my thoughts, and I want to offer my honest opinion of whether this is worthy to land in your Batcave or not. So without further ado, let's review again the King Batman Who Laughs from XM Studios. All right, guys, here we go. This thing is crazy. It is monstrous. It is tall. And it is creepy as hell, especially here on the base, which is just insane. There's so much to see, so much to talk about, so much detail here. It's really quite overwhelming. This is one of the most complicated bases that I have ever seen. And again, it's just terrifying. All of these creatures, and they all have the Batman cowl, but they all look just absolutely insane. But that's not even everything. I mean, obviously you have all of these skulls all the way throughout the base, and then all of these spikes with all of this blood. It's all blood soaked. It's all blood covered, which is really quite something. Now, I do want to again preface this that this is the prototype, so there are a few chips here and there, a couple pieces that you might notice, but overall this thing is just insane. You can see the texture on the skin. Again, all of these creatures, it keys in very, very cool. They're maniacal. Their bodies are twisted and evil. You can just see how creepy these things really are in the detail here. Very, very nicely sculpted, in my opinion. I think the paint applications look really good here. You can see the muscle, the fibers of the the actual creatures. You have these odd shaped hands, again, webbed hands. Very, very creepy throughout, and that goes all the way up to this top one here, again kind of lunging at you, kind of like a zombie. Again, it's just all very terrifying. And you also have this one over here that is actually looking up at Batman himself. Again, just very, very creepy. It's just, I mean, look how terrifying these things are. And they're everywhere, which makes the base a lot of fun. So, not only is the King Batman Who Laughs a highlight, but obviously you have a lot of amazing detail. You have so much eye candy to see, and that might be a good thing for some of us, and maybe a bad thing for some of us if you want him to stand out, which he does because he is so high. Like, his height is crazy. This ghoul here, this creature has these spikes coming out of his back, so that's something different compared to the other ones. Very, very cool. Again, great storytelling elements, which leads me to the back here. This cape is massive. Like, so here's my hand. It just goes on for days. You can just see how tall this cape is. Again, you have some really nice weathering effects here at the bottom. Some torn edges here. It's a little thick here, but it looks really good in person. And then, of course, it has that great sculpted flow. It's not a fabric cape. It almost kind of looks like a coffin almost. Like, it's just very, very well done. And I like the, I don't know, hopefully you guys can see if I can kind of zoom in a little closer. You can see the sculpted texture. That's something I really like. And again, that weathering on the edges looks nice, in my opinion. I think that's really nice. But again, let me just kind of zoom back so you can see the whole base. It's just insane what this is, and it might not be everybody's cup of tea. It is not my favorite base that I've ever seen because it is so terrifying. It's definitely an acquired taste on this one, but if you are a fan of the storyline, again, look at the way that the cowl curls there. It's just really well done. I really like what XM has done here, and again, this is the prototype. I want to keep saying that, so what you're going to get in hand will most likely be even better. but I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing here. Again, the level of paint applications and just the pure sculpt is very creative. The way they engineered this and put it all together, very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right, so let's focus on, of course, the king himself. Absolutely insane how tall this thing is. There's so much detail, including the real chains. As you can see, it's really moving. You have the spikes with the blood elements there, which looks really great. I think that is a fun element. And of course, it does go up into his hand. I'll get a little bit closer, but I did want to kind of give you guys kind of a zoomed back look at the whole entire statue. Now what you see is what you get here. There is no swap outs on this one, so it is what it is. Again, great patina, as you can see on the armor. You can see that kind of that greenish effect, which is nice. It's very subtle to the naked eye. Some more detail here. The wrapped bandages, again, fully sculpted on this guy's. The chains can go in his hand, around his hand, kind of however you want to pose it, which looks awesome. Great detail on the belt itself. Has that Batman logo, again, a little bit of the green, a little bit of the bluish color. Again, to the naked eye, it's not quite as vibrant. Here on camera, it does pop it out just a little bit more. You have some great armor there on the side, just kind of like a medieval armor. You have kind of the loincloth going down in front, again, fully sculpted. The boots, nice texturing, as you can see. Again, fully sculpted here, guys, but really nice detail. I'm very impressed. You can see the texture on the pant leg. Again, I think that looks really great. It looks like real cloth. I'm just always amazed by the texturing. Like that is always something that really amazes me. Again, you can have the chains in and out of his hand if you want. Around his wrist is what I chose to do here as I put it around. Just looks really great. You have again, the cape effect and some of that detailing here from the story. The chest emblem, again, you have that Batman logo there. It looks a little purple because I've got the purple screen, but it does reflect light really nicely off the black. So if you do have some light in your room, some color in your room, it'll reflect really nicely. The back side here, again, has that great piece of, I mean, it looks kind of like metallic almost, but it's really, really well done. And again, that's just the way it reflects on the light. It's got that really cool collar with the gold, kind of a copper look back there. And then, of course, the face is, again, what you're going for here. This is what you want. You want that great Batman Who Laughs portrait, which is awesome. Again, it's got that great crown, a variation for sure on that look that everybody knows with that visor. And of course you have these really tall collars. Very, very cool. Kind of reminds me of Maleficent or something, you know, Hellraiser. Again, all of these references from pop culture, I'm sure, were used on a lot of these things. Just so many great villains over the years. Again, these great medallions holding up the cape. Look at the chest here. This stomach area. It looks like cloth. It looks really well done. You have the lines. I don't know, I'm just really impressed. I'm continuing to be impressed with what they're able to do with ZBrush these days. Just really, really awesome. And again, the real chain effects. So you can kind of pose it however you want. This is really heavy right here, the spikes. Looks really nice. Let me give it another spin around here so you guys can see some of the different angles. Again, you can kind of see that chainmail effect on his neck, which looks great. Texturing again on the head. Kind of show you the whole back here. Again, just very, very impressive prototype. Very, very cool. Is this my favorite compared to other Batman Who Laughs? No, I don't love this design as much. Like the King version of him isn't my favorite compared just to more of the traditional look. But if you have that look, or if you prefer this look, you are not going to be disappointed in this, guys. This thing is incredibly tall. It has a tremendous amount of presence, and again, the complexity of this base with all of these incredible creatures. Again, let me kind of come back down here a little bit for you guys. So again, you can just see some of the just insane detail how all of these bodies are mangled together. And again, the engineering is very impressive to me. I love the behind the scenes stuff. I love the idea of how these statues come into play, and the thought process is just incredible to me, because the way it fit together was really smart. So much detail. Let me see if I can get in here a little bit tighter. You guys can see kind of like that octopus. I don't know if you guys could see that. I mean, like even that detail right back in there. There's just so much going on with this base, and this is, again, not for everybody. This is not something that you're going to want in your child's bedroom, unless you want to give them nightmares, or they love horror movies. But come on, like, this thing is just nuts. And he is very tall, very menacing, very creepy. It's just a really cool pose. I like that he's kind of off. He is a little bit more kind of a Captain Morgan pose a little bit. But I like the way it is. I like that he's kind of arching back. Looks really great. It's just something different. You know, the way his arms are outstretched. Definitely something you don't get with every statue. So anyway, it's awesome. I know you guys are going to want some measurements here, so let's get to that next. But come on, this thing, very, very impressive from XM Studios. Gosh, I love looking at these things. It's so much fun. As always, it's time to do a little bit of measuring. Now again, you can see how big, how tall he is. And I have him up on this turntable, but I do want to give you guys an idea of overall height here. So overall height, we are looking at the top of the crown, we're looking at about 30 inches tall. 30 inches tall for a quarter scale. Really, really impressive height. Very, very scary. Now the depth-wise, let me give you a little bit of an idea here. I'm going to go from the front of that to about the back. We're looking at a little over 14, maybe 14 and a half inches deep on that. And then width from that corner of the cape, again, these are all approximate, guys, but you're looking at a little over 19 inches. You have these little bat cowl ears that stick out. So it's a big, sizable piece, again, at quarter scale, but very, very impressive. Let me give you kind of a 360 spin here so you guys can see a little bit better about what you're going to get. It's a monstrous piece, pun intended. It is absolutely a monstrous piece. So much detail, so much storytelling elements. Just very, very awesome. One other thing I want to show you guys, though, before we go, I want to show this next to the Robin King. Let's do that next. All right, guys, one last thing here. I wanted to show you the Robin King next to the King, Batman Who Laughs. So obviously, again, he is going to be very, very tall, very, very mighty. Again, I do have him up on the turntable. This one obviously is a little bit shorter in stature, a little bit shorter in height, but oh my gosh, do they fit well together. Let me zoom back a little bit here so you can see them both side by side. Just very, very impressive. It would be really cool to have this one in the center, this one here, and then maybe the other Batman Who Laughs on the grave with all the Robins up front if you're just collecting XM pieces. But still very, very cool to be able to see them together. Again, both very, very impressive. Ugh, love this lineup. XM's killing it. Really, really killing it. So let me go ahead and start wrapping it up for you guys and give you my final thoughts on this piece from XM. As always, I'm going to turn it back over to you. What do you guys think of the King Batman Who Laughs from XM Studios? I think it is an awesome piece. I think it is beautifully, beautifully sculpted. I think the paint applications look really, really good here. Is this for everybody? No, it's not. It's not for everybody. This is a piece that I feel like is a must-buy if you love this character. If you love the character and are collecting everything Batman Who Laughs, everything Dark Knight's Metal, this would be a great piece to add to your collection. I would not hesitate for a second. But if you're not a big fan of this character, I could see where you maybe want to pass and go on to something else. So that is my only thing. It is scary. And so there might be some families where it's too scary for them. But if you are a fan of this character, of this genre, of the horror elements, this is a no-brainer piece, in my opinion. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do recommend it. I think it's beautifully sculpted. Again, the paint applications, the overall sculpt and aesthetic of this piece, it's very, very scary. The base is intricate. The base is really awesome, and it has one of my favorite things in statue collecting, storytelling elements. There's so much story going on, and again, I love it. I think it's awesome. Is this my Batman Who Laughs? It's not. I prefer the more traditional one. But if I did like this version the most, this would be a no-brainer. This would be in the Batcave in an instant. It's just that well done. I think it's really going to pair up really nicely with all the other statues in the line. Again, very dark, grim motif here. Again, it's just very, very well sculpted, very, very beautifully painted. I recommend it. Bottom line, I recommend it, but again, it might not be for everybody. So that's why I want to turn it over to you. What do you think of it? What do you think? Is this one that you're considering picking up? If you are, there is a link down below that does help support the channel, so thank you as always for that. I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support here on this channel. That's how we keep this channel running, so thank you. Are you going to get it? Have you already pre-ordered it? And why aren't you going to pre-order it? I want to know those things in the comments down below. I'm always curious as to what you guys like and what you don't like about certain pieces. Is it the character? Is it the design? Again, for me, the design is near perfection. I love that he's like arched like this. I love the base and the storytelling elements. So much going on here. But again, I can see where maybe this isn't your favorite version of the character, or you like certain other characters better. I get it. I get it as a collector. We can't have everything, right? We can't have everything. But if you are in the market for this character, in the market for a very unique character that has a lot of presence, this is a no-brainer piece. I highly, highly recommend it. It's going to be awesome. Again, this is just a prototype. What you guys are going to get is going to be even better. You're going to have a perfect art box, and you know, I have to tip my hat once again to XM, the best packaging in the market. Period. What you're going to get is going to be fantastic. So that's my word. That's my review. I do want to turn it over to you again. What do you guys think? Otherwise, thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. You guys are all absolutely incredible. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell, and if you want to take it one step further, hit the join button down below for early access and become a member of the Brotherhood of the Bat. We would love to have you join us. And again, can't thank you enough for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, thanks to XM for sending me this prototype again. I love reviewing these things. It's so much fun, such an honor, such a privilege. And again, can't wait to do the next one. I've got a lot more coming up. So anyway, thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Always, I'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.